On Tuesday this week, 5 justices of the Constitutional Court declined to nullify the Anti-Homosexuality Act of 2023 on grounds that the law was created to protect children and vulnerable people from the acts of homosexuality and to observe the norms, culture, values and religion of the country, among others. The decision has sparked mixed reactions from the public, including the West.
It is time for Uganda to be let alone to manage or mismanage its affairs. The legislature is composed of the representatives of the people. If that's what the people of Uganda want, let it be.
The Constitutional Court really had an opportunity to nullify this law in its entirety because the law fundamentally violates the rights of a section of people in this country, more especially the rights to dignity, the right to privacy, the rights to equality and non-discrimination.
The decision based on the 16 grounds, which were affirmed by the petitioners and the respondents, justices of the Constitutional Court nullified 4 sections from the Act out of the 17 sections. The nullified sections include 3 to C, 9, 11 to B, and 14, which highlight issues concerning health, privacy, and adequate standards of living.
That whereas we may want to criminalize certain things, we may not stop people from existing. And this has challenges for other rights in the country. Today it may be gays, but tomorrow it will come to rights of women. Tomorrow it will come to rights of the Batua. Tomorrow it will come to rights of different people. And then we say, no, what the majority decides is what goes.
Basing their decision on the need to observe the norms, culture and religion, which can't allow activities of gay community in the country, justices had to dismiss the petition.
The Constitution recognizes that we Ugandans, we have our cultures, we have our way of life, and such norms which are believed in by our societies must be upheld by the judiciary.
The question, obviously, is what are our values as a country? Like, where are our values written? We were looking at the rule of law. We're looking at good governance. We are looking at human respect for human rights. So when you tell me of other values which are not written there in the Constitution, what are these values and where do they come from?
Nalukola, however, adds that with the existence of the law against LGBTQ community in the African countries, including Uganda, this shows the stand for the African countries.
Ugandans must tighten their belts. They should stop being beggars and borrowers. Therefore, the taxpayer should make sure that he or she is ready to pay taxes. And the thieves in government should stop taking money which is collected through taxes.
However, Dr. Adrian Juko, a law lecturer at Makerere University, has a divergent view over this issue.
By the court saying we are going to discriminate against gay people, they're not entitled to equality and discrimination and non-discrimination. At the same time, they are saying these people are entitled to the right to health. This is an oxymoron. It's a contradiction in terms. But if you remain criminalizing, you are promoting stigma and discrimination among the group. So you've not dealt with the main issue of discrimination.
With the remaining sections in the Act, one may ask whether they are still fit to serve its purpose as aimed by the Parliament.
Other provisions can be enforced.
And now, whether you make the law better, whether you call it homosexuality, whether you call it whatever name you want to give it, it won't change the fact that you won't get evidence because these are consenting adults.
Therefore, the consequences of that decision are far-reaching if we want to remain beggars in the European world.
Dr. Adrian Duke is also of the view that the Constitutional Court justices erred in laying their judgment.
Uganda has obligations. Human rights imposes obligations on people. The obligation to respect, the obligation to protect, the obligation to protect human beings, to respect and to fulfill, require that the state has to do its duty as regards protecting everyone, including those who are marginalized. The Constitutional Court failed in this duty, and therefore they are complicit together with the Parliament in terms of violating the rights of LGBT people.
Since the Uganda's move to enact the Anti-Homosexuality Act, a number of sanctions have been slapped on her and some highly placed government officials.
It's a choice the government has taken that we are going to pass this law regardless of your money. They should not say that the other people are at fault for putting conditions for their money. It's their money.
If Africa is to enjoy total independence, it should empower itself economically. But that comes with a huge price. We must devise means of utilizing our natural resources to stop that tendency of being beggars and borrowers.
Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.